Hello guys, it's Kayong and welcome to this first little episode of my park series. Well, essentially I was very unhappy with my last park and I just feel like what I tried to do was just cram as many roller coasters as possible in there, and well, it's still something I want to go for. I still want to have like scenery and like facilities around, and I hope this park project right here is what is going to accomplish that for me. So I decided to completely relaunch this channel because of, well, essentially it was very temporary everything. I basically set that up for the Cowboys like 2K competition and kind of just like rushed everything. So I just redid everything. I tried to create my own like little like channel icon and everything. I did it in Paint 3D because that's how I roll. And yeah. So this park we're working on right now, or that I'm working on I should probably say, it's going to be like set in like a tropical island. It's essentially inspired by the island of Sentosa, which is like a small island next to Singapore, which houses like the theme parks and, well, it houses Universal Studios Singapore and also like some golf courses and stuff, though mainly inspired by the Resort World area where like the theme parks, the malls, essentially the place like touristy places are. And I really want to have like a similar vibe of this park. I really want to go for something like very high budget. I essentially want to go for like a Universal Killer Park in that sense. And I also really want to essentially have like the best and most complete feeling coaster lineup, and not just for enthusiasts but like for everything. And of course it's inspired by Singapore, though I'm not sure where the park would actually be located, like probably somewhere in Asia, but I don't want to get too specific with anything. As you can see right here, I started work on like some like mildly like Asian inspired pavilions. I tried to make it more like Chinese based, though I think it turned out a bit more Japanese in the end. Oh well, anyways, for this first area I really wanted to have like some very shady paths. I wanted to have a little bit of a plaza, and maybe I'm going to like do some more work on that. Maybe I'll have like a little restaurant, maybe expand it like a pier section, I'm not sure yet. I'm probably not going to touch it too much though, because I want to get into the park after this episode. Because I don't want like this game to end up like lagging hardcore and just like after a few episodes and then I can't place any roller coasters. Though, I probably should say that this first episode is like a big episode, so you can't really tell by the timestamps, like the time marks. It's still the normal length of like 15 minutes, which I like try to aim for. But so normally I use 10 times speed time lapses and sometimes 20 times speed time lapses. This right here is 40 times time lapse, and I may have ended up placing 50,000 items in the entrance area. Though a lot of that will be art shapes, and a lot of this is actually what you can see right now, which is the road like markings. It's the road and the road markings, and I'm also going to like. So what my plan is that I wanted to add a parking garage, because essentially Sentosa in real life it's like walkable, essentially like you're going to get there with the tram most likely, and if you have a car, going to park outside. Though I kind of still wanted to have a small little car park, and I thought to add like a nice little park house would probably be the best way to go about this, to not waste too much space, because I plan to make this into a Megapark. So my idea for this theme park is essentially that it started off in 2008. And from there on, it essentially had like a same deal going on as like Angelandia, where it essentially got some funding and then expanded by building a coaster every year. Though I want to make a small exception for like the 2020s with like COVID, and that's like going to skip a year probably. But yeah, I've pretty much planned most of this park out, so I don't really need like your help, though I'm always welcome if you have like any good suggestions, and honestly, my plans can always change, so if you have anything cool that you think would fit in this park or whatever, you can just tell me. I will read your comments. I mean, the channel is pretty small though. I have almost 100 subs, which is kind of odd, honestly. Like, I don't think like I did a lot of quality content. I mean, the only builds that I still kind of like is probably Mekong Fireball, but honestly, that thing... Essentially, it looks good on camera, but I cheated a little bit. Like, none of the buildings are done, and there are, like, trees, like, sticking out everywhere outside the camera and the POV. But yeah, I guess it's just how things goes with those, like, contest type things. For this park, I really want to have like realism as like the #1 focus. I really want to have like backstage areas and everything for all the coasters, so I may take some creative liberties because I'm not an expert in like any of this, obviously, and also like some things you can't just recreate in this game. Like some of the stuff I'm going to add is going to look wrong because there's just simply no better way in this game, and sometimes you just have to live with that. Anyways, what am I doing right now? So, I am building a small like toll booth, I guess, like for the parking fares. Essentially, my idea is that you drive in and you pay your, like, get your parking ticket, drive into like a big car park, and then when you drive out, you pay your ticket essentially. So you don't have to have like the parking tickets on like the entrance of every one of those parking garages. I think that's like a thing theme parks typically do because they have like big giant open lots rather than like car parks. I'm not actually sure what Islands of Adventure has for a system. I think that's like the one theme park with a parking garage I can currently just think of. But yeah, actually this park is quite inspired by Islands of Adventure. So in the first iteration of this, which never like came to YouTube, it essentially had a bigger lake, and then I had the second iteration of that, which also never came to YouTube, which had like a smaller Islands of Adventure kind of style lake. Though I'm not quite sure what to go for now, but it's probably going to be something like I want so it's going to have a lake in the middle, and my idea is that the footprint of the lake is relatively small, like in terms of like size, but it has like outgrowths and stuff, which actually like kind of like makes the circumference of it larger. But yeah. So what I also want to like strive for with this park is very, very extremely realistic roller coasters though. Saying that, I'm probably going to take some creative liberties with that as well, maybe. But no, I will seek for realistic forces. I want to have like ejector be like -1.4 G and not like 3 G, because like that's survivable still, I guess. No. I'm just reminiscing about it because I tried to build like an Intamin Blitz recently, and I spent a lot of time and 1 meter the entire thing, and in the end I ended up having like 2 airtime moments with like over -2 Gs, and then I scrapped the entire thing. Like it took me like 20 hours to do that. It was actually like a coaster for the old park, and you will see what I will do for this park. But yeah. Honestly, lineup is probably going to be like a lot of like dream coasters, essentially. Like, I don't want to spoil, I guess, too much, because I still want to have like a little bit of surprise when it comes to like the final lineup for the park. But I'm telling you, they're going to be... So, my rule is either the coaster has to be good or it has to be interesting. And so, for example, I don't just want like a minor clone. Like, what am I going to do with that? That's boring. I want something more interesting. Like, I'm going to include kiddies and family coasters, obviously, in this park. Like, I really want a well-rounded, realistic lineup while still keeping to this like dream ideology. Like, I literally have like a timeline planned out for what makes sense to add, and I had to scrap some things because so for me, when it comes to roller coasters, I'm more of a guy that prefers the like more modern gen roller coasters. And well, I couldn't fit all of them in because like most of the models like that I like only existed in the last few years. So you can't add like 20 roller coasters like at once. I don't think that's possible. Though, I mean, I wish a park would try that. Probably would go bankrupt, but it would be cool. Oh well. Oh yeah, what I'm doing right now is like a small, like, I guess, pier section. So for the entrance of Sentosa, because it's an island, it has like a bridge leading up to it. and I really want to like recreate that bridge with like foliage everywhere and stuff, so it feels kind of nice. And I also hit the like park entrance and that bridge like in the end of it. I'm going to like construct a little building for that later on. And also like I'm building all of these like big planters right here, because like in the real world the bridge has like some really nice shading. And what I love about parks, like what I think is really good when they have a lot of shades with like a lot of like big trees that branch over everything. I really like it, and I really want to strive to add all of that in this park as well. But yeah, I'm going to build this like little building for the entrance later on. So then before I got to work on anything else, I first of all decided to add supports for the like the road leading into it, like the big highway, and also a bit for the monorail. For the monorail, I'm not quite sure how to do the layout. I'm not even sure if it will go to the park, or if it will stop like before that, or if it will go to like some other place. Maybe I'm going to get like a shopping mall or something in the end and have it go through that. And of course in this you could be clearance with like big trucks and everything. Oh yeah, one of the things I also constructed for this park is, for this part of the park, is a little like small pavilion, like lookout place at like the edge right here, because I think it looks like very nice. I really like small pavilions like this, though I'm not too most proud of this roof structure. It's a little bit like messy. I'm probably going to like have to work more on those skills to do that. Though I really like how many plants and rocks and everything is like located in the area. But yeah, I'm getting into the final part of the episode. As you can see, we did quite a lot, though I didn't really talk about that a lot, because honestly like a lot of this is like really busy work that I just wanted to get done, because I know I wouldn't do that if I started building roller coasters, and that would just be way more fun for me. And the area I'm going to be building right now is going to be like the entrance area with like turnstiles and everything. So I didn't get to the turnstiles. I just get to like the ticket officers. Oh yeah, by the way, that like big thing in the middle that I removed. I really want to have like a big giant train statue in the middle. Like, come on, if you can do it, then you should. Though, so essentially, all the stuff I seen before in this game was like done with like terrain, but I don't know if like the scale's not big enough, but I just couldn't get it to look like right at all. I'm probably going to do it with like wobble pieces, though the issue is with those that they don't light up in the dark, like they remain like completely pitch black. So I'm still like looking for a solution for that. If I find anything, I'm going to quickly do that, and if not, well, let's just wait for that. But yeah, for the entrance area, I really wanted to have like this nice like fountain in the middle with a big statue, like something like maybe a little bit tinier than Solon or something. That kind of statue. And then I also wanted to have like the entire area be like a cave. We feel like not really cave, but like in a cliff. I don't actually know, no idea how to call those things, but like essentially those holes of like cliff walls. That's probably a term for that. I don't care. And I really wanted to have the entire area like entombed in those rock pieces. Though so one of the things I still have to work out is how to get shade into that area, probably like with some canopies and stuff. But I may still like, I'm probably going to do it later on. The next episode is definitely going to be about a roller coaster, because we're going to add a lot of roller coasters. Let me just put it like that. I don't want to spoil anything. There are going to be a lot of roller coasters, don't worry about everything, alright? So, yeah, for the ticket officers, I'm just simply adding like those small, essentially I'm adding those information desks, and then just putting some rocks and like some light like wood structures to like hide it, to cover it, around it. And then also I'm like adding like a small like I guess queue path before that. This was also one of the areas that will need some more shading there. Don't worry, I will get to that at some point. I don't know when, but I will get to that. And yeah, after I was done with building those, they were quite annoying to place afterwards, and because like the path collided a little bit with that. I think I may have like spaced it out like a little bit too like not enough. It was a bit fiddly, of course. This game isn't the best when it comes to building, honestly. Like there's so many such massive pieces, and so many dumb things of buildings. I don't like this game too much, which is weird because it's one of my favorite games of all time. Oh well. So. Oh yeah, of course. I added a little toilet stall, which I actually didn't finish, bringing the signings and everything in this episode. Yeah, it's going to stop right here. So, yeah, we're going to have a little, small, walkthrough of the entire area in, real time, real quick. And, well, I guess that will be the episode. So, yeah, have a good look at this. This is, the pier, leading into the park. And then you have that little, bridge right here, which I really like in the end of things. Of course, the cave is, on theme, but I still really like the entrance area itself. I think it starts to look very, great, in my opinion, but maybe I will, I might have to, dial back the rocky pieces. And yeah, the car park is a little bit unfinished, but we will get to that at some point. Oh well, see you soon. Goodbye.